And now give a big Roseburg welcome to Doug Simon and Bud Davenport.
Okay, here we go.
This is exciting.
Yes, wow. So many people. So, Gutenberg.
Gutenberg the musical.
Yes, we've written an exciting new show, and tonight we want to present it to you for the first time.
But hopefully not the last time.
No, with any luck, we're hoping to take our show to Broadway.
And as many of you may already know, there are with us tonight in the audience some very big Broadway producers.
Chances are, if you don't know the person sitting next to you, they're probably a Broadway producer.
So, tell them to produce our show.
Yes, please.
Seriously.
Now, what's next, Bud?
Well, we'd like to take a moment to talk about something serious.
No, I think what we're going to talk about is the fact that writing a musical is not easy.
Hats off to you, Elton John.
But we did it. I wrote what we call the book of the musical.
The script.
Right.
And I wrote the music.
The score.
And the songs.
Oh, beautiful songs.
Thank you. And the lyrics, well, we
We
wrote
those together. Now, I know what you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself. Okay, so you wrote a musical. But what's it about?
I don't know, Doug. You wrote the script. Why don't you tell us?
Well, I'll tell you. It's about Johann Gutenberg.
Who's he?
Well, he's the guy that invented the printing press.
And then printed up a bunch of copies of the Bible.
Right, but what else did he do?
We did some research to find out.
Google. We typed in Johann Gutenberg and printed up the first thing that popped up. Read it, bud.
Gutenberg, Johann, German printer born around the year 1400. Detailed records of his life and work are scant.
Scant. Clearly research was not gonna help us.
Right. So we took a different approach. Historical fiction.
But Bud, what is historical fiction?
It's fiction that's true.
Now, normally when you go see a hit Broadway musical, you expect to see a lot of crazy things. Things like puppets,
Turntables.
helicopters.
And people who used to be famous.
Well, there are a lot of those things in this show too, but tonight you're gonna have to use your imagination to see them. For example, hey Bud, where are you going?
Nowhere, Doug. I'm on a turntable.
Imagination. Now, what you're gonna be seeing tonight is what we call a reading of a musical.
But what is a reading of a musical?
Does it mean that we're gonna pass out copies of the script so that you can read them?
No.
Of course not. No, what it means is there's no set, no costumes, only a few props, and no cast.
It's just me and Doug.
Right. We're gonna sing all the songs, perform all the roles to help give you a sense of the potential of what we've written.
I think the key word here is potential.
Well, I kind of like the word help.
Now, there are an awful lot of characters in this show.
How will we differentiate?
Using these hats.
Right. For example, if I wear this hat, I'm a bootblack.
And I'm a woman.
A woman?
Shut up.
Now, this show is set in olden times, which means that many of the characters will talk like this.
Cheerio.
Hello.
And
Can I help you carry your bucket? Now, we do want to talk about something pretty serious, and that's the Holocaust. Every important musical has to tackle at least one incredibly serious issue.
like racism,
Or Vietnam.
or a man with half a face.
Our show's set in Germany, so our serious issue's the Holocaust.
Germans hate Jews.
Not all of them. Most of them.
Maybe not anymore, but they used to.
That hatred is in our show.
It has to be.
It's because of what makes our show important.
Gutenberg, the
musical.
Prologue. The lights rise on the squalid, stinky bedroom of a friend of Gutenberg.
The roof is made of dirty thatch. In the corner there are rats gnawing on stinky cheese. And lying absolutely still, in the middle of the room, without moving, is a dead baby.
Gutenberg's friend and the doctor examine the dead baby.
Well, we did all we could. I'm afraid your baby is dead.
But I gave him this medicine.
That ain't medicine. Them's jelly beans.
Jelly beans? But
If only you could read. Well, see ya.
jelly beans, not medicine. If only I could read, my son, he wouldn't need an allergy. Stupid beans, not medicine. Oh God, here in this jar, I can't read what these are. Damn jelly beans.
Hello, friend. Is there anything Johann Gutenberg can do?
Shut up!
Friend of Gutenberg sobs like a woman. He cradles his dead baby in his illiterate arms. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 1. Schlemmer, Germany. A German town full of German things like feet and short pants. Gutenberg walks down the dirt streets of his medieval burg and encounters a woman and her daughter on their way to market. They're carrying sauerkraut.
Good morning, Gutenberg.
Well, hello, but call me Johann Gutenberg.
Good morning, Mr. Gutenberg.
It's Gutenberg. How are you today, little girl?
As happy as I can be, considering I can't read.
Another woman throws open her shutters to greet the morning. She empties her stinky chamber pot, and suddenly the streets of Schlemmer are alive. Not alive like a monster, but alive like a town.
It's nice to live in medieval Germany in the beautiful town of Schlemmer. We all get along in perfect harmony.
I'm a beef fat trimmer. The beef comes in all white with fat. It leaves a good bit Schlemmer.
We're just drunks coming home from the bar in the beautiful town of Schlemmer.
Hey, Gutenberg, got any wine?
You're the wine presser. Tell us where the wine is.
Is it over here?
It's not over here.
Hey, fellas, my wine's not the answer to all of your problems.
Yes, it is.
It's not like we can read.
I can't read.
Come on, Gutenberg, let's have some fun! Gutenberg, Don Gutenberg. He's the best chap around, at least in this town, sure as Gutenberg.
Gutenberg.
Call me Johann.
Gutenberg.
Hey, it's the boot black.
Shine your Gutenberg.
Sure, boot black.
He's a man in his prime, making friends all the time, no refutenberg. 10 ducats.
Hey.
Hey, Gutenberg.
All right, fellas, I gotta be getting back to my wine press shop. Don't you have anything to do?
No.
It's not like we can read.
You can't read.
You can't read!
Why, shut up.
Hey, fellas, let's not fight. Here, I'll buy you a flower from that adorable little flower girl.
Here's a posy you can wear on your lapel. I stole it from a Jew. He cried and he fought and I sent him straight to hell. So now it belongs to you.
Oh, Schlemmer, my lovely Schlemmer. You are the best darn town in Germany.
Gutenberg.
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 Gutenberg. I'm the pride of Schlemmer and the creme de la creme and the pride of Schlemmer and the creme de la creme and the Gutenberg. That was the opening number.
And the prologue.
We're just trying to give you a sense of the world of Schlemmer.
It's a tiny town.
Oh, very tiny. The kind of town you might read about in travel magazines or murder mysteries.
Whodunits.
The kind of town where everyone's friendly, but also suspicious. For example, you might see something like this.
Well, if it isn't my good friend Doug Simon stopping by for a shave and a haircut.
I sure am, Barber. Hey, Barber, I brought you a gift. It's a cupcake.
Why, thank you. This cupcake is poison.
I can't stop killing! So, as you can see, Schlemmer's the kind of town where anything can happen. And now, back to the story. Scene 2, Gutenberg's wine press shop. The roof is made of dirty thatch. There are shelves covered in old wine bottles, and Helvetica, a beautiful German girl with blonde hair and beautiful breasts, stands in a bucket stomping on grapes. Gutenberg enters.
Gutenberg.
Hello. Man, I love this town.
Oh, I love you.
There's an extremely awkward pause. Have you seen my journal? I had an amazing dream last night and I want to turn it into a poem.
A poem? Will you read it to me?
Journals are private.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I almost forgot. Here's a flower.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I got it from that horrible anti-Semitic flower girl. Destroy it.
Yes, sir.
There will be no hatred in my shop.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
You want me to pick a lamb for you?
No, but I would like some stew.
Lamb stew. Right away, sir.
Good girl. I love you.
You love me?
No, I love you. E-W-E. You.
E-W who?
You.
Me.
No, female lamb stew.
I don't understand.
Why can no one in this town read?
We have nothing to read.
Oh, I see. That's the problem. Yep, I'll be in my wine press room, pressing wine.
Here's your stew. I made it hot and ready.
Oh, thanks, Barbara?
Helvetica.
Oh, Helvetica, right. You know, I couldn't make it without you. The wine, I mean.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Wonderful, sir. I watch him working at his press. I watch him make his wine. I stomp the grapes and dream about the day I'll make him mine. And I know this day will never come, 'cause I am too obtuse. I'm just too dumb to understand anything but this grape juice. And I can't read. I can't read him. He's all Greek to me, and I still need him, like a grape that needs a squeeze. His brain is bigger than my brain. He can spell and count by twos. He's so smart and good at stuff, and all I have is boobs. 'Cause I was raised to milk a cow and sit upon a stool. But cows, they never ask you much. No wonder I'm a fool. There's no school. And I am dumb. I am dumbstruck. Every time he says my name. Helvetica. Gummistiefel. Helvetica Gummistiefel, Gummistiefel. It's been my name since birth, and there's one name I traded for on this flat planet Earth. So I'll stay here in my bucket, and one day I'll be Helvetica Gutenberg. Just you wait and see. I'll be here. I'll be hearing church bells for us or we be together. Whichever us or we, us or we, us or we, us or we. Us, oh we.
Wow.
Thank you. Always a very emotional moment for me.
That was the Love Ballad.
But Doug, what is the Love Ballad?
Well, people like me and Bud call a song like that an I want song, because Helvetica wants Gutenberg.
But does Gutenberg know that?
I don't think so. Now, I know you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, did Helvetica actually exist?
Probably.
Right. History tells us that in olden times there were a lot of poor wenches, so chances are, if Helvetica did exist, Gutenberg probably knew her.
Also, her name is a font.
Nowadays, we don't really name fonts after people.
Not even Nelson Mandela, and he conquered Africa.
Mandela would be a noble font. But now, it's time to meet the bad guys. Monk and his henchman, Young Monk.
Watch out.
Scene 3. The church on the hill. The roof is made of dirty thatch. In the corner, there's a huge Bible. And on this wall, a velvet painting of Jesus crying. Monk, an evil man who hates God, is sharpening a pencil. He's very good at it. Young Monk enters.
Monk! Look, I found a cat in the alley!
Give him to me. Oh, pretty kitty, I shall call you Satan. Young Monk, what are you doing over there by that Bible?
Oh, just teaching myself how to read. In the beginning.
Get him, Satan!
No!
You see what happens when you try to learn to read, Young Monk?
No!
Now, what were you doing over there by that Bible?
Teaching. Nothing.
That's right. As long as I'm the monk, no one in this town is going to learn to read. That way the Bible says whatever I says it says. Unless, of course, someone were to make a machine that prints books and then printed up a mess of copies of the Bible and distributed them to the masses.
Satan!
Oh, no. I don't want to hurt Satan. I love Satan. Yes, I do. I love Satan.
You're such a bad monk.
Yes, I am.
When I was a young monk, I tended to my flock. I prayed to Jesus, I helped the poor. I wore a nice monk smock. I did what I should, I was always so good. Then I met the devil in a haunted German wood.
But that sounds scary.
It wasn't scary, it was awesome. The devil was a lady, he looked just like my mom. He held me like a baby, and like a baby I sucked my thumb. I told the devil I'd do what he said. He said, glad to hear it, now kill your daddy dead. Haunted German wood, haunted German wood. You made me what I am today, you haunted German wood.
I have goosebumps.
The story is just beginning, young monk. I crept into my daddy's house, that Bible by my side. I yelled, greetings from the devil, and then my daddy died. It says in the Bible that you shall not kill. But I sure did it that day, and I guess I always will. Haunted German wood, haunted German wood. You taught me how to kill a man, you haunted German wood.
He is bad.
I am bad like
He's
a monk,
bad.
only
He's a bad
can't
monk.
be. I worship Satan. The devil said he had to go back where he'd come from. He told me, boys, stay in the church and keep the people down. You'll have more power if they think you're good. But don't forget the evil of the haunted German wood. Haunted German wood, haunted German wood. You're haunted.
And you're German.
You haunted.
German.
Haunted German, haunted German wood.
Haunted German
Haunted
wood.
German wood.
Haunted German.
Now it is the devil's turn. I see a book. I'll have it burn. I'll always treasure what I learned in that haunted German.
Now that's a bad monk.
In his defense, though, he was tricked by the devil.
A lot of us get tricked by the devil.
My dad got tricked by the devil. He cheated on my mom with a bank teller.
A very pretty bank teller.
Yes. My parents are still together, though.
Marriage. Now, we hate Monk, and we hope you hate him too, but we want you to hate him for a reason.
You can't just say a character's evil. You gotta know why he's evil.
That's why we had him kill his dad.
It's called character development. Now, I think I heard the monk saying something about how he doesn't want somebody to invent a machine that prints books.
Uh-oh. Because guess who's about to invent a machine that prints books? Scene 4.
Gutenberg's wine press shop. It's late at night. The clock on the wall says like 2 a.m. probably. Gutenberg is working at his press.
Oh, I need a break. When I'm at my press, I like to leave my body, let my mind roam free, and think about my day. Somebody died, somebody cried, somebody lied. I ate stew. And yet, there's a pain of something niggling at my head. I can't forget, and yet I can't remember what the people of Schlemmer said.
I cannot read, I cannot read, I cannot read. I hate Jews!
Yes! I hear you now, townspeople, and I understand you. I feel you inside me. And I've got to do something. Here, I'll take this clock. What can this be? Can this clock ever teach people to read? No, it cannot. It goes in the trash. Wait, there might be something cool in the trash. It's just an old grape. That's not what I need. Grapes are completely useless. No, Schlemmer must read. But what can I do? All I've got's this grape juice press. Wait a minute. This grape juice press. I'm gonna change this press and make it print some words. I'm gonna change this press, though I know it sounds absurd. I'm gonna take the grapes out and put letters in. I put letters where them grapes have been. I'm gonna change this press and it's gonna print some words.
And so, Gutenberg worked long into the night, making history to a boogie beat. You go on, Johann Gutenberg. You invent that printing press for all of us.
It's the first printing press in history. It's gonna print up books for you and me. It's a printing press, and it's gonna print some words.
Helvetica enters.
Hello, look what I've invented.
What is it?
It's a printing press.
It's wonderful. Shall we toast?
No. Shh, silly girl. We don't make wine anymore. Now we make words.
Words!
Yes! Now that I'm done, get ready to read. This will be going down in history. Remember my face. Now there's a glimmer in Schlemmer. And that glimmer is me. Gutenberg. Yeah! History!
Can I just say something?
Yes?
It was pretty scary trying to set the most important moment in history to music.
Oh, well, you did a pretty good job.
Well, you wrote me a pretty good story.
This is awesome. We're doing it. I just want to say, I'm going to go off script for a second.
Do it, rough script.
Okay, I'm going to. I just wanted to say that when I'm singing that song, well, I'm singing about a printing press, but I'm thinking about our musical. I mean, we wrote a musical. Even Johann Gutenberg couldn't do that.
If this show goes to Broadway, it'll be an adventure 600 years in the making.
If this show goes to Broadway, I'm quitting my job at the nursing home.
I'm quitting my job at Starbucks.
What? You're a senior barista.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'll probably stay.
Great benefits. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, okay, a wine presser invented the printing press.
It makes sense. He was already familiar with pressing things.
But what's the difference between a wine press and a printing press? Well, one makes you drink, and the other makes you think.
And that was almost a lyric.
It should have been.
Meh. Now, Gutenberg is amazing, but unless I'm crazy, he's not the only character in this show.
You're not crazy. Scene 5.
The streets of Schlemmer. The sky is sad, and the air smells like trash. Young Monk is walking in the rain.
I'm just too dumb to understand why he treats me like a dog. And like a dog. I can't read. I can't read. how to read? Why can't someone teach me how to read?
Young monk enters the bootblack shop.
Dangle, dangle, dangle.
Young monk!
Oh, hello, Bootblack. I've got another pencil.
And I've got a big pair of boot tongs. Allow me to remove it.
Oh! Thank you, Bootblack.
That's the third pencil this week, young monk.
I know. Monk's an abuser.
Then why do you stay with him?
I think I can change him.
Young monk, we bootblacks have a saying. If you're in a bad situation, get out of it.
Thank you, Bootblack, but I can't help but see a little bit of good in him. He's like a tiny seedling that just needs the water of me. And perhaps, with a little bit of luck, that me water will help him grow into a giant tree of goodness.
Don't cry, young monk. I know it can cheer you up. Oh, here, have a biscuit.
Biscuits, biscuits. I want you deep inside of me, biscuits. Put 'em in an oven and they're nice and sweet. Put 'em in my tummy and they're good to eat. Put 'em on a shelf and they're out of reach. Biscuits.
They taste really yummy in a time of war.
And they taste really yummy even off the floor.
They taste really yummy, and I want some more. We're not too poor to eat biscuits. Biscuits. I want you deep inside of me, biscuits. Biscuits. You make me want to dance. Biscuits!
You can eat a biscuit when you're sick in bed.
You can eat a biscuit when the moon turns red.
And you can eat a biscuit when we're all dead.
Biscuits and biscuits and... Biscuits!
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That song had nothing to do with anything.
This show is not about biscuits.
So what are we doing? Well, people like me and Bud call a song like that a charm song.
But Doug, why do we need a charm song?
Well, a charm song helps give the audience a break from watching the stuff they actually care about.
Also, a charm song can help get a really famous person to play a really tiny part.
Ooh, right. For example, we're hoping that one day the role of young monk will be played by Mr. John Candy.
He's amazing.
Those aren't pillows!
Oh, God!
But enough about biscuits. Back to the story. Scene 6, the Schlemmer Market. A stinky place full of rotten fruit, dead bodies, and antiques.
Rumors about Gutenberg spread like the plague. Hey, big fat trim, I see you're chopping some meat.
I just can't seem to chop off these feet. 4 more steaks and I'll have finished the herd.
Well, then take a break and tell me what's the word.
What's the word? What's the word? Well, I shouldn't say this, but late last night in the wine press shop there was a light. Saw Gutenberg through the window pane. He was sweating, he was working, he was shouting his name. Now, I wouldn't bet money, but I think it's true that our winemaking man was making something new.
Really?
You didn't hear it from me. I'm just the beef fat trimmer trimming the fat off of beef.
I get it. What's the word? What's the word?
Woman goes to buy some cheese.
Well, hey there.
Hey, I'm milking a cow.
Do you really have to milk that cow right now? Because I got hot gossip and it just won't keep.
Oh.
Gutenberg didn't get much sleep last night.
That right.
He might be working on something shady, or he might be working on a special lady.
Oh, a special lady? Oh, I wish it was me. I'm very attracted to Mr. T. He's got great buns and he's got great pecs. I'll be heartbroken if he's having sex without me.
I see.
It can't be.
What's the word?
What's the word?
Another
What's
woman
the word?
sees friend in
What's
a field.
the word? Hey there, man. Have you heard what they're saying? Mr. Gutenberg had a girl and he might have kissed her, but I don't believe it and I think it's wrong. Got my own theory why he was up so long. He wasn't making love or playing games of chance. Gutenberg was teaching himself to dance. You want to go and spread that rumor?
Maybe, but first I gotta bury my dead baby.
That's horrible.
It happens. What's the word?
What's the word?
A man is buying some apricots.
What's the word? Hey there, man. I see you're buying some fruit. Have you heard the news about our friend Gutenberg? It seems he's done something great, but all we know for certain is he was up late.
Say no more, my childless friend. I'll find out where this rumor ends. I'll head on over to the wine press shop, and if he's up to something naughty,
I'll make it stop.
whispers and secrets, whispers and secrets, whispers.
Uh-oh! Looks like Monk's headed over to the wine press shop.
What's gonna happen?
Let's find out. Scene 7.
Gutenberg's wine press shop. Helvetica is crying in her bucket. Monk enters. Knock, knock, knock. Anybody home?
This is not a home.
I'm here to pick up some wine for the sacrament.
We don't make wine. Not anymore.
Ah, you must be Helvetica.
How do you know my name?
I'm a monk. I know everything.
Oh, well, then you must know that I love Gutenberg.
I didn't know that until now. And now I know everything!
Oh, well, then you must also know that Gutenberg invented the printing press.
What? No! Who invented the printing press?
Johann Gutenberg.
Johann Gutenberg invented the printing press in... What year is this?
1450.
Johann Gutenberg invented the printing press in the year 1450.
Yes, and it's right there.
Well, we'll just see about that. Ah! It burns! You know what I think, Helvetica?
No.
I think that you're gonna destroy that printing press.
Why?
Because if Gutenberg doesn't make wine anymore, then what use does he have for you?
I don't know.
Poor, poor Helvetica. You've made wine probably about 1,000,000 times. You dumb German wench. You fool, he's gone. What is it that you're stomping on? Let me take a guess. There's grape juice on your dress. Isn't it time to stop the press?
You mean destroy his printing press?
That's right, Helvetica. The only thing standing between you and Gutenberg is that their printing press. Stop the press. You can stop the press, or the press will stop you. Stop the press. You can get it back if you give it a chop. You stomped his grapes for wine. Now stomp for Monk this time. You've got to stop the...
Please don't shout. I'm in this bucket. I'll get out. If I smash his press, he'll cry, and
We'll be right there to dry his eyes.
I'll feel his caress right here on my breast. Maybe it's time to stop the press.
Stop the press. You can stop the press with a simple pencil. Stop the press.
I know I'm gonna do it, but I'm feeling tense. Will Gutenberg be mad?
No.
Will Gutenberg be glad?
Yes.
I've got to stop the press.
Stop the press.
Okay, I'll do it.
Now stop the press.
I know I can.
Stop the press.
Please don't rush
Now
me.
stop the press.
I love my man.
Now use the pencil.
Oh, stop the press.
Be together.
Oh, stop the press.
Have a baby.
Oh, stop the press.
Johann Jr.
Stop the press.
You've got to stop the...
I love you, Gutenberg.
You've got to stop the...
This is for our future.
You've got to stop the press.
No. What have I done?
My bidding.
Holy shit, what was that?
Doug, language.
I'm sorry, but Monk and Helvetica just destroyed the printing press. Think about that for a second.
Let me just say something. History does not always happen like we think.
Yeah, history is not always like they say in the so-called history books. Plus, that may not even have happened.
But it could have.
But we realized that once Gutenberg invented the printing press, there was no more story.
So we had Monk destroy it.
Now anything can happen.
And what's about to happen is the big Act 1 finale.
Yeah.
As many of you may already know, a big Broadway musical has to end its first act with a big rock song.
That's why we're about to send you rockin' to the restroom.
Elderly patrons may wish to turn down their hearing devices.
In an actual production, this song would include electric guitars and lasers.
Scene 8, the rooftops of Schlemmer. Gutenberg stands straddling a chimney. Smoke billows up around his face.
When I got out of bed today, history was a lot more boring than I thought in a different way. Now the bird of inspiration soaring, look at these hands. They're attached to a normal man who probably changed your world. Tomorrow is tonight. It's a history and future fight. Tomorrow is tonight. Monk rises from an adjacent chimney. He's surrounded by fire and bats.
Today I killed the future. Now my badness knows no bounds. My plan unfurled to trick that girl. Now the bird of inspiration's on the ground. Splat! Ha! I crushed his dreams. You don't change the world with a dumb machine. At least not while this monk is still in town. Tomorrow is tonight. It's a history and future fight. Tomorrow is tonight. Helvetica is also on a roof.
I feel like a bird who just destroyed a printing press, a bird who's in some serious distress. I don't have wings. That is bad for flying things.
Monks in command.
Don't say can't when you could say can. You only get one chance to be a star. Tomorrow is tonight. It's a history and future fight. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow is tonight.
Tomorrow is What have I done? Intermission!
Now, everybody knows that a big hit Broadway musical needs big bucks.
So elderly patrons may wish to donate out of their retirement funds into our money hats.
Come on, Charlie.
Okay, here we go.
Again!
Okay. Act 2. Yes, here we go again.
The second act.
Now, Bud and I were just talking backstage, and we were saying, you must be sitting there thinking to yourself, I love this show. More than any show I've seen ever. But who are these guys on stage?
Yeah, who are we?
So we thought we'd take a second to tell you a little bit about us.
Or we?
Right. Us or we. Thanks, Helvetica.
You're welcome. Just a little callback.
Now, we can be jokesters, but we also know how to be serious. Take it, Bud.
Now, my name is Mr. Bud Davenport. That you may already know. But we may not know, I'm 33, I'm single, and I love to make music.
Ladies.
Yes, I am looking for a wife, other than Doug.
Oh, well, sometimes we act just like a married couple.
We're so passive-aggressive.
Take me for granted.
I'm not gay.
No, but I am. My name's Doug Simon. I'm 34 years old. I live in a studio apartment above an incredibly loud pet store. And I used to own a cat.
Until it died.
Yeah. So, Gutenberg the musical.
Why did we write it?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone why we wrote about Mr. Johann Gutenberg.
He's amazing.
The most important man in history.
Yeah.
But why a musical?
To help answer that question, we'll take you back to 1997. Year of the Snake.
Bud had just been fired from his job at the Great American Cookie Company.
I stole a bunch of cookies.
Needless to say, he was in need of some cheering up, so I said, hey, Bud, let's sell your car and go see a Broadway show.
Now, I had never been to a Broadway show before, but I had a lot of cassettes.
Oh, we used to do lip sync concerts for people in wheelchairs.
They're a great audience. But after we went to Broadway, I didn't want to pretend to sing someone else's songs. I wanted someone else to pretend to sing my songs.
We were not successful right away.
No, our first show was Stephen King, the musical. It was every Stephen King book in one show.
I still think that one can work.
Totally. Our second show was all about vampires.
We learned that musicals about vampires do not work. Which brings us to Gutenberg, the musical.
The second act.
Now, writing a second act of a musical, not easy.
No, many wonderful shows have been destroyed by a terrible second act.
West Side Story,
Godspell,
Oklahoma,
Jesus Christ Superstar,
Guys and Dolls,
The Passion of the Christ.
all terrible.
Wonderful, wonderful show.
I love those shows.
But after intermission, Doug and I fall asleep.
Second acts are boring. They're all about ending stuff and wrapping up loose ends.
We like loose ends.
Everybody does. That's why we didn't worry about wrapping up this show in a nice shiny bow.
A story's not a present.
It's nothing like a present. But if it was, we'd want to give it to you.
Except maybe you could take it to Broadway. Hey, speaking of stories, Doug, where did we leave off with a historical tale of Mr. Johann Gutenberg?
Well, at the end of Act 1, Monk and Helvetica had just destroyed the printing
And
press.
Gutenberg doesn't know that, but Helvetica feels terrible about it.
She made a mistake.
Sometimes we all make mistakes.
Act 2.
Second prologue.
It's early in the morning. So early that the dirt streets are still covered in yesterday's vegetables. The stage is filled with doom and fog. Bootblack and daughter meet on the street.
Bootblack,
Daughter,
had a bad dream last night.
I know.
There were things.
Were they scary?
Yes, sir, very scary.
I had that dream too.
Spits of meat,
They were turning,
overdone and burning like symbols in dreams.
turning, burning, turning, turning, burning, turning, turning, burning, turning, turning, burning, turning. Black cats,
Men with ladders.
13 mirrors shattered by a warlock. Scary,
Spooky, spooky, spooky,
scary,
spooky, spooky,
scary,
spooky, spooky, spooky,
scary,
spooky, spooky.
scary things.
Very tragic.
Dreams like this are always magic. What does it
That was a nightmare.
People like me and Bud call a song like that foreshadowing.
But Doug, what is foreshadowing?
Well, I'll tell ya later. Hit it! Act 2, Scene 1. An old-timey bar called the Rusty German. The roof is made of dirty thatch, and the floor's covered in peanut shells.
Gutenberg sits at the bar. He's drunk.
I am drunk. I have been drinking wine and mead, and now my face is numb. Drunk! I can't wait till you learn to read.
Do what?
You're so cute and so dumb, and you smell like a piece of horse.
Gutenberg's drunk.
I am drunk, and for the last time.
Oh no!
That's right, drunk. Oh, Gutenberg's not drinking wine anymore. Now I'm drinking words.
You can't drink words.
Not so fast, they're drunk. Words can take on any form or shape.
You've gone insane.
No, words are like wine from a better grape.
Huh?
The grape of your brain.
Oh.
Words taste so sweet.
With ice or just neat, nothing can compete. We're gonna get drunk off of words. I'm gonna come home late.
I'm gonna stink of words.
Wine is awfully fine, but really wine is just a word. Words, words, words.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
See ya.
Hey, what's happening?
Gutenberg's talking about getting drunk off of words.
Oh, but that sounds stupid.
Oh, it's not. Words make you feel all tingly inside.
But that's what alcohol does.
Yes, but words do it without the crippling chemical addiction.
That's a part I don't like.
Well, then pull up a seat.
This is a treat.
Guess we should repeat. We're gonna get drunk off of words. I'm gonna start a fight.
I'm gonna vomit words.
Wine is awfully fine, but really wine is just a word. Words, words, words. Helvetica enters. Gutenberg.
What?
I've got to say,
Hey.
Can I get a second chance?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've done something really awful.
Come on, Helvetica. Let's dance.
Dance break.
They waltz.
And eventually, the music slows, and Gutenberg holds Helvetica close.
Hello.
I don't understand.
Wine can make you do crazy things.
Yes, but before we dance, you said my name.
Well, that's because I love you.
Stew! Female lamb stew!
No. Well, yes, but I also love you. Y-O-U.
Why, oh me?
You can't read. You're fired.
What?
I'm firing you as my grape stomper. But I want to hire you as my wife.
Oh, Gutenberg. I can't. I've done something awful. Helvetica leaves the bar in a tizzy.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Second dance break.
The entire cast rushes on stage and Gutenberg sucked into the madness.
Some do wild leaps into the air.
Some do handstands.
Some do somersaults.
Some do flips.
And some chicken fight in the corner.
And the old black narrator soars above it all.
We're gonna get drunk off of words. Someone else should drive because we're drunk off words. Wine is awfully fine, but really wine is just a word. Words, words, words. That was the big Act 2 opener.
We sure hope it lived up to any expectations you might have built up in the toilet. Now, did you notice how in that song, Gutenberg kept talking about getting drunk off of words?
But Doug, does that mean what I think it means?
Well, I don't know, bud. It's called a metaphor.
But what is a metaphor?
Well, a metaphor is when you say one thing and mean something else, but you're not lying. Now, we knew that in the beginning to Act 2, when we started writing it, that Gutenberg needed to have a lot of fun. And pretty much the funnest thing you can do ever is get drunk.
Doug used to drink a lot.
Yes, my name's Doug Simon, and I was an alcoholic for one summer.
He slept in my yard.
I learned that being an alcoholic is expensive. Now, not only was that song about Gutenberg drinking delicious alcohol, we also saw Helvetica in that scene. And I'm pretty sure Gutenberg said he loved her, but then she ran away. I wonder where she went. Scene 2. The church on the hill. Monk has been taking confession from the anti-Semite. They're having way too much fun.
We're done, Flower Girl. You are completely without sin.
Thank you.
And thank you for these beautiful flowers. I love them almost as much as you hate Jews.
Flower Girl exits. Helvetica enters.
Monk, I've got to speak with you. Gutenberg's press, we've got to fix it.
Poor Helvetica. I'm afraid the Bible says there are no second chances.
It does?
Yes, towards the end.
But Gutenberg, he loves me.
Yes, I know everything. I knew love once as well. Sweet, sweet love. But then I killed her.
Young Monk enters.
Excuse me, sir. Mr. Gutenberg's here to see you. He's here to rescue me.
Not so fast. I must plot. I must plan. I've got it. Young Monk, take Helvetica and lock her in the tower.
Why? Yeah.
Because I said so.
You're such a bad monk.
You have no idea.
I have some idea.
Young Monk and Helvetica exit. Gutenberg enters.
Hey, nice church!
Well, you must be Gutenberg.
Correctamundo, but call me Johann. Johann Gutenberg.
Well, Mr. Johann Gutenberg, what brings you to my church on the hill?
This huge Bible. I invented the printing press last night, and I want to print the Bible with it. I'm going to call it the Gutenberg Bible.
Ah, a Bible that would be printed and distributed to the masses. He must not know the press has been destroyed. I shall toy with him. Tell me, Johann Gutenberg, you ever thought about becoming a monk?
Well, I did once, but it seemed pretty boring.
No! Monking is power. Monk with me. Come live here, I think you'll like it. I've got a cat.
Oh.
Plus there's food. Delicious loaves and fishes. Here, taste that.
I don't know if I should stay and dine. Somehow it don't feel right.
Monk with me. Try this on. It's a monk robe. Don't that feel nice?
Monk.
It's real silk. From China, there's nothing finer. It's worth the price.
I want it.
Then monk with me, my friend. We can change heaven. Monk with me, my friend.
Ah, my brain is torn, my heart's confused. I wonder if I'm being used. I only want the world to read. Can I still do that, monk?
Oh, Gutenberg, you're such a mess. Your life is caught up in that press. You'll never come to holiness. Oh, Gutenberg, monk with...
No! Monk, don't you see? We're different. You believe in God, and I believe in stuff. God and stuff don't mix. They're like bugs and beautiful skin. Plus, let's face it, you're a terrible monk.
Choose your words carefully, Johann Gutenberg.
Words, yes, I almost forgot.
What?
Like the words in this Bible.
No!
Words are why I came here. I believe in my words. I believe in my press. I believe in a reading Germany. Now you want me to monk and throw that away. I think it's time to go.
Do not tell me,
My
do
answer,
not tell
monk,
me
is
no! Doors locked.
What?
Windows closed. You're not going anywhere, Johann Gutenberg.
Oh, yes, I am, and I'm taking this huge Bible with me. Oh, it feels like goodness. The only thing better than this feeling would be mass-producing this feeling.
Give me that Bible, Johann Gutenberg.
Hey!
You better get your mind off words. Don't you want to go to heaven?
Heaven?
Yes, heaven. Why? Where do you think people go when they die?
I don't know. I guess I think some people turn into dirt, but some people turn into statues. I want my statue to be me, riding a dragon, nursing a baby.
Oh, Johann Gutenberg, there are no statues in heaven!
Then I don't want to go there!
Oh, Gutenberg, you're such a mess. Your life is caught up in that press. You'll never come to holiness unless you monk with me, my friend. We can change heaven, monk.
I gotta
with
get out.
me,
These windows
my
are
friend.
locked. And that dark
Don't make
passageway
me angry,
is blocked.
monk.
I've got an
With
idea.
me,
I'll smash
my
through the
friend.
door. Yes, this is my goodbye.
You will rue too soon that you refuse to choose to monk with me. Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're thinking, and the answer to that question is yes. That scene was inspired by Star Wars. But don't worry, Monk is not Gutenberg's father. Now, that scene was also inspired by reality.
There sure are an awful lot of people talking about God these days.
Well, there are also a lot of people talking about stuff.
It's a constant debate.
Constant.
You know, there are some people that don't even think that you need stuff. They think all you need is the Bible.
We think that's stupid. Is the sound of a child's laughter in the Bible? Is the beauty of a sunset in the Bible? What about bacon?
Now, don't get us wrong. We love the Bible.
Both parts.
There's so many animals in there.
Well, Gutenberg loved the Bible too. That's why he wanted everyone to read it.
Which is exactly why Monk didn't want him to have it.
See, Monk wants power. And when you know something other people don't, that's power.
Right. For example, I'm going to tell Doug a secret.
See, now I know the secret and you don't.
And that's power.
But we don't want to have power over you. So I'm going to tell you the secret. Bud's a virgin.
I am saving myself for marriage.
Ladies? No?
So now you all know. You all have the power.
And that's exactly what Gutenberg wanted.
But the real question is, what does Helvetica want?
Scene 3. Monk's evil tower. It is dark and dank.
The floor is covered with rats and feces. Helvetica stands at the window overlooking the moon.
I'm in a tower with rats and some feces. The man I adore is so close and yet so far. If he were here, I would ask him to squeeze these. My heart is one big scar. I'm blubbering like a retarded lady, so maybe I ought to be beaten. History's with the hearts of the stupid. Heaven is saved for the souls who have no sin. I thought I was brave when I said, hey, to Cupid, but I won't do that again. 'Cause now I know I'll never have a friend or lover, so maybe I ought to go. Maybe I might as well go to hell. I might as well go to hell. I might as well go to hell. My mama told me that hell is a bad place with no pretty kitties to cuddle when you're low. When I am dead, I will sure miss your cat face. But I goofed up and I know I will never leave medieval death row. So maybe I ought to go. Maybe I might as well go to hell. I might as well go to hell. Rats, sing with me.
Might as well go to hell.
I might as well go to hell. I wanna die, but should I try to kill myself? Oh, I don't know to be or not to be me. I've got to do it.
Helvetica bends the bars, steps out onto the ledge, and prepares to jump.
I'm flying!
Helvetica soars over the town of Schlemmer.
Goodbye, rats! Goodbye, feces! Hello, Schlemmer! I can see my house! It's beautiful! And it's not real. I'm still in my tower. I have betrayed you, my beautiful Hamlet. And when I say Hamlet, well, I'm talking about my town, because there are two meanings of the word Hamlet. So maybe I ought to drown or put my body in the ground, 'cause I let everybody down. I'm just a crying clown wearing a painted frown. I hear a scary sound. It's a three-headed hound found with a brown round crown in hell.
Might as well go to hell.
Come and get me, Satan. I want to live with you.
Might as well go to hell.
I want your horns inside me. I want to live with you.
Might as well go to hell.
In hell. Go to hell.
Can I just say something? This has been the most important night of my life.
This is the most important night of my life.
In fact, I'm gonna tell my grandkids about it.
I'm gonna tell my grandparents.
Until tonight, I had no idea what it felt like to open up your chest and show an audience your heart.
Well, it hurts, but it's the good kind of hurt.
And now, I can't believe that we're almost at the end of the show.
I know. I feel like my face is gonna fall off. Just think about it, bud. The next time we see this show, we could be sitting out where they are, in the audience.
And there'll be like real dirt streets and real animals, and instead of like 2 drunks, there'll be like 100 drunks.
Oh, like 1,000 drunks.
Like 1,000,000 drunks. Oh, like 1,000,000 drunks. I'm so proud of you, Doug.
I'm proud of you too. What was I supposed to talk about here?
Suicide.
Oh yeah, suicide. Now, did you notice how in that song, Helvetica kept singing about wanting to kill herself?
Suicide is never the answer.
It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Unless you have a terminal illness.
Oh, then it's okay, then you should do it.
Yes.
But Helvetica doesn't kill herself. She stays in her tower. Now, there is a scene that's not in the show, and that's out of respect. And that's the scene where Monk tortures Helvetica. Now, I'm sure you can imagine it, though. Think about it. Helvetica, curled up in the corner, water dripping, and then Monk enters with a sinister smile on his face. He's wearing his finest robes. Then he crosses toward her, swish, swish. He reaches toward her. Is there a tender touch? Are we ready? Okay. Scene 4. The next morning. Today's the day of the German celebration known as Festival.
Dawn is just beginning to break over the town of Schlemmer. We see B-Fat Trimmer striding forward through the stinky morning mist.
The sun, it rises in the east. I smell bread rising with the yeast. For today is no ordinary day. It's the day of festival.
Today I
The
dance
sun, it rises
at
in
the festival.
And later, hose in pants.
Smell bread rising.
Yeah, that's
with
the best of all.
yeast.
For today is no ordinary day. It's the day of festival.
We see Gutenberg pulling a wagon with the press inside covered with a sheet. He's on his way to town square and he still doesn't know the press has been destroyed.
They'll go nuts and lift me in their arms when I show them my press that I'm taking to festival.
Oh, Gutenberg, I'm sorry.
I'm so psyched.
Forgive me.
I'll be even more well-liked.
The town will have his head once they see the printing press is dead. Today I dance
The sun, it
Gutenberg
rises
at
in
the
the
festival.
Gutenberg,
Will you
Gutenberg,
ever forgive
Gutenberg,
me later?
Gutenberg,
Hose in
Gutenberg.
pants.
I
I
smell
smashed
bread
your press.
rising
Yeah, that's
with
the
the
best.
Gutenberg,
I
Gutenberg,
am a
Gutenberg,
mess.
Gutenberg.
For today is no ordinary day. It's the day, the blessed day of festival.
It's the festival!
Festival, it's the best of all. It's the crest of all our desires. Festival, take the rest of all of the festivals to the fire.
There is so much food and drink
It's just enough to make you think.
that we should all be tickled pink, but until we are, let's dance.
Now don't forget I met the devil in a haunted German wood. I'm a terrible monk and I've got a plan and it's happening like it should. Cause the girl's in trouble and his press is rubble and his Guten bubble's gonna burst. You just wait and see, wine man Mr. G, as they roast him like a bratwurst.
Yeah, why does he have to be
Ah.
so bad?
We've got daffodils and some roses too, and you can't have one because you're a Jew!
Shut up! Oh, flower girl, why must you have this hatred of the Jews? It's irrational and it's wrong. It pains me to see my townspeople acting this way. Just think where all this hatred could lead. Before you know it, we could be in the middle of a second world war. Which is why I've invented something under this sheet that will unite us all.
Everyone gasps.
Well. What have we here?
It was a printing press.
A printing press? What's that for?
It was gonna change the world.
Get him!
The townspeople converge and attack Gutenberg. They're filled with mob mentality and soon gather wood, light a fire, and burn Gutenberg alive. Lights shift.
The entire cast joins hands and walks to the edge of the stage.
Gutenberg's death did not stop his dream.
His press was rebuilt and used to print many things.
Like the Gutenberg Bible.
And the very programs that you hold in your hands.
But Gutenberg's dream of universal literacy remains unrealized.
Many people still do not know how to read.
And we're not just talking about children and blind people.
Statistics tell us that more than half the people in this room cannot read.
The struggle continues.
And that's why the story of Gutenberg was an inspiration for us all.
Because it's not the success that matters, it's the dream. Hi, we're the authors of this musical. I wrote the book.
And I wrote the music. And we both wrote the lyrics.
Well, we wrote ourselves into the finale of this show because, like Gutenberg, we have dreams too.
And while the story of the printing press may not have solved all the world's problems,
The Holocaust happened.
we sure do hope that the story did impress upon all of you the power of our dreams.
Life can be cruel and kind of cold.
And often no one's there to hold you when you cry.
So those who hope must close their eyes.
And trust a brighter future lies in dreams. While our little lives are rounded with a sleep, and while the emptiness within us may be deep, we'll get our fill. While hopeless millions hunger still, we eat dreams. We eat dreams.
I eat them too.
We eat dreams.
I eat
Oh,
them
do. We eat dreams.
Come on, everybody. We all eat dreams, don't we? Just look to the person sitting next to you. They eat just as many dreams as you do. So don't just sit there. We want you to sing along with us. When we sing, we eat dreams, we want you to sing, we eat them too, okay? Come on, here we go.
We eat dreams. We eat them too.
Good job. This time just the ladies.
We eat dreams. We eat them too.
Sing from here, ladies. Come on.
We eat them
This time just the guys.
We eat dreams. We eat them too.
Good. Come on.
We eat dreams. We eat them too.
This time just the Broadway
We
producers.
eat dreams.
What? Who is that? Who is that? Where'd you get that hat?
That's our
Bud, Doug, this show is fantastic. I don't need to hear that note. I'm a famous Broadway producer, and I hold in my hand a Broadway contract. Congratulations, Bud and Doug. You've got your show.
Yes!
While our little lives are rounded with a sleep, and while the emptiness within us may be deep, we'll get our fill. While hopeless millions hunger still, we eat dreams. We eat dreams.
Come on, Charlie.